We're joined right now with the third head coach in the history of the Toledo Walleye Hockey Club, and that is Dan Watson. Dan, first off, congratulations on getting the head coach job. Your thoughts on now being named head coach Toledo Walleye?
Well, it's extremely exciting, and it's one of those things. I've been extremely patient, waiting for this opportunity, this job, and I'm very fortunate, very lucky to be able to coach within this organization, for the city, for the fans, and then obviously all the players that we've had the last 2 years, especially returning players. I'm extremely fortunate to be able to coach these types of players.
And it's been a whirlwind of a week for you. I know after Derek Lalonde left, obviously your name became top of the list here to take over for him. What was the thought process over the time that since Derek was announced as going to Iowa?
You mentioned a whirlwind. I mean, it's been crazy. Obviously, the birth of a son 9 days ago, Derek leaving, and just, this being a process that it was, it's a little nerve-wracking, but at the same time, I was extremely confident, very sure that I was the guy, I could be the next head coach, and so it sort of settled me down a little bit. A lot of conversations with Derek, with people that are very close, my family, settled me down, got me in the right mindset, and when it came time to meeting with Joe and Neil this past Monday, it was an exciting time and one I was ready for.
Quite the outpouring of support that you have received, not only from players, the fans, media people in the city of Toledo. What has that meant to you?
Oh, it's very flattering. One thing as an assistant coach that I tried to do was create relationships with anyone that I talk to, whether it's former players, current players, staff. Obviously, it's social media is blown up. And it was nice to see the last few days just the support that I did have, and there can also be negative support as well out there, but it's been mostly positive. I'm very appreciative of it, and I'm looking forward to getting started.
What have you learned over your time as an assistant under Nick Fitusi, under Derek Lalonde? What have you picked up from them that makes you think you're ready for this time?
I think, under Nick, it was one of those where he allowed me to find my niche as a coach. Running the defenseman, running the penalty kill, all the skill development. He allowed me to become a coach of who I am. And then obviously the last 2 years under Derek, it's been special. There's no doubt about it that winning, it provides a lot of fun. It provides then a great atmosphere in here, but just under him, learning the communication with the players, communication with the media, with the ownership, with Grand Rapids and Detroit. Again, building those relationships is huge, and then just being an everyday guy, making sure you come, you're prepared for practice, prepared for games, and you can see the results that it has. So I've taken away a lot out of these past 7 years as the assistant.
I've gotten to watch firsthand the prep, the time you've put in, and the energy that you have spent on trying to make sure this team was ready to play each and every night for the Toledo Walleye. How much do you think you'll even be able to amp up further now that you're head coach?
I have to. It's going to be one of those things. I pride myself in my work ethic, pride myself in my dedication and commitment, and I think it rubs off on the players as well. That's something that when I look at a team that I would like to build, it's going to be guys full of dedication, guys full of commitment, and guys are ready to work every single day. So if I can pass that on to them, that would be huge. And then just the upbringing. My parents, I saw how hard they worked every day to provide for my two sisters, myself, and so I really take pride in what I do on a day-to-day basis.
What will fans expect to see out of a Dan Watson coach team?
Again, I think you're going to see players who are full of character, full of talent, and then, like I already said, compete, work ethic, a little bit bigger physical is what I'm trying to do. Maybe that's something we lacked last year and trying to get through Reading. But I think this year, much of what we've seen the last time, a fast, competitive team, an exciting product on the ice.
Special teams, such a big part of the game. When you were under Nick Fitusi, you coached the penalty kill unit, had a lot of experience. That got better each and every year under your watch. And then 2 years ago, you had to make the switch with Derek in, running the power play. Led the league that first year, top 5 last year in power play. Talk about your experience running both of those units and why it's so big in hockey.
Well, I think it was extremely beneficial that I was able to run the power play. In this league, it's extremely important that that both special teams are good. That allows you a chance to be one of the top teams in the league, to make a run into the playoffs and a deep run at that. So I think having the ability to run both, whether the next assistant coach, if he's not comfortable with the power play or penalty kill, I'll be able to step in and either help or run the other one. So for me, it's been a huge learning curve for the power play, but I enjoy running it. I wasn't on the power play as a player, so I enjoy running it, but also I love the penalty kill as well.
Going back into the end of your playing days, Toledo has really become a big-time city for you when you finished up your hockey career playing for the old Toledo Storm franchise, being an assistant coach here for the Toledo Walleye. Talk about the city of Toledo.
Well, I love the city of Toledo. I think I've had opportunities in the past 7 years to move and go to another city, but I guess the question is for what? Sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side, and when you see how passionate the fan base is, how much support we get as a staff, as the players get, how the community rallies around Toledo hockey, it's phenomenal. And just the growing of downtown in the past few years alone. I remember moving here in 2006, and we were at the Commodore Perry. You've got the ballpark, and Blarney was just opening up, and that was the downtown. And so to see the growth of downtown, what the arena has brought, it's an extremely special place as a coach and players.
And you're getting an opportunity now to coach as a head coach. You did get a chance to do that at the end of a couple of seasons ago. A short time there as an interim head coach. The fan support here has been phenomenal. We've especially seen it last year, selling out 18 of 36 games. You can expect that kind of support again now. You're the head coach.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I know last year the schedule really helped. I mean, we had a lot of Saturday home dates, and the building was packed. But I think just the momentum that we've had the past 2 years should carry that over. And we're extremely, extremely excited to get back here in October, play in front of our fans, get that momentum that they bring for us, and continue to win here.
Talk about the support that you've had from your family, especially the immediate family.
Well, yeah, my wife has been extremely supportive. Obviously, it's tough on weekends when she's by herself with now 3 kids. Also my in-laws, Dick and Denise Kenny, my sister-in-law, Lisa. Without them, I'm not here. So I really, really thank them to allow me to do this job, and then also my family, my parents, my sisters, all those long days growing up playing hockey. They made a lot of sacrifices, and even to this day, if we're at home Friday, Saturday here in the Huntington Center, my parents are here watching and cheering the team on. So just a ton of support from my immediate family, my in-law side of the family, and I couldn't be blessed with a better family.
Well, we're certainly excited to see Dan behind the bench as the head coach of the Toledo Walleye. Dan, congratulations once again. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, that is Dan Watson, the head coach of the Toledo Walleye. The 2016-2017 Toledo Walleye hockey season gets underway coming up this October.